ガイダンス出たことある人っていますよね。私がプレゼンテーションしてきたガイダンス。高校説明会。NIC の説明会だ。高校生の時。その時に寮の説明してますよね。その寮はエセックス大学の寮です。めちゃくちゃ綺麗な。大学もたくさん、大学の中に寮もたくさんあってっていうような形で過ごせるとっても大きな学校で、とてもいい学校の一つになってます。で、細かいことはね、これからエドモンド先生に聞いていただけると思うんですが、彼の方から学校の説明、その他もろもろ聞きますので、ぜひ皆さんの方からも、わかんないことあったらぜひ質問して、より楽しいセッションにしていただければと思います。どうぞよろしくお願いします。Then, Edmond, could you start your presentation?
Thank you very much, Yumiko. And welcome everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Edmundo Hernandez Martinez. I'm the International Officer for Japan at the University of Essex. Right, I'm going to tell you first about studying in the UK as an introduction, and then I will present the information about the University of Essex. Okay, Yumiko, can you see my screen? Thank you. Right, so as I said, the first part of the presentation is just studying the UK. It's a bit introduction as why study in the UK. Right, there are many reasons. I'm going to tell you the most important reasons that I think is the world-class reputation of course, of the UK education system. It's also the educational approach of the universities in here. The international outlook, that means, the composition of the people in universities here. The location of the UK is important. And finally, the choice. You will see what I mean by choice later. Right, so world-class reputation. The degrees and qualifications from the UK, from universities, are known around the world, no? So we are famous for the high quality of these courses. Every British university, okay, all of them have some reputation, and they have creative and challenges environments that to help you to learn, to study your course. And talking about the future, having a degree from a UK university is it will be good for your career prospects. I say the second reason was the educational approach. That means how we teach. So in the UK, the universities, we combine lectures with other teaching techniques, okay, that will give you the skills of independent and creative thinking, problem solving, and self-motivations, all of which are skills that are looked after employers. Also, there's a lot of flexibility in the courses at UK universities. You can pick and mix different subjects, not only from your course, but from other courses. You can even study courses with a major in one area and a minor in another area. For example, economics with psychology, okay? Also, the academics who will be teaching you, a lot of academics in the UK are world leaders in their field. And in the UK universities, it's very easy to have contact with your academics. At Essex, all the academics, they have dedicated office hours to see students. And of course, you can talk to them at lunchtime or in the corridors. And the university in the UK, as many universities in other countries, we have a lot of links with companies that allow us to offer internships that will help you to gain some work experience. And last but not least, the undergraduate degrees in the UK are shorter than in most countries, so you will graduate quicker. Right, international look. I mean by international look, the multicultural society of the UK. Here there are people from all around the world in any city. It could be a small city or could be London. There are people from everywhere in the world. And all universities also, they have this variety of people. Yes, to give you an idea, at Essex, we have students from more than 140 different countries. And it's the same for academics and members of staff, like myself. So, studying in a multicultural community, it will help you also for your future career life. Right. Now, international look, that means where the UK, the number of international students. The last government statistics show that more than 500,000 students in the UK came from another country, from 235 different countries. Okay, the more than half were undergraduates or bachelor students, and a little bit less than half postgraduate students. The top countries where we get students from, no surprises there: China, India, America, France, and Hong Kong. The top 5 universities, that is by the number of international students, not the percentage, the number, are UCL, Edinburgh, Manchester, King's College, and Birmingham. And the top subjects that international students come to study here are business, engineering and computer science, social sciences, that includes economics, politics, linguistics, etc., creative arts, and law. Choice. What I mean by choice? Well, you have a choice of university. There are over 160 universities in the UK. I know you have more in Japan, over 700 universities. And you can see here the map of the universities in the UK. So everywhere, basically. And you have a choice of the kind of university. It could be a very old university like Oxford or St. Andrews, or a very good new university. It could be a focus on traditional studies or more vocational. So there's a choice there. And also you can have a choice of the kind of university, physical characteristics. It could be a campus base, like that one, everything is in a place, mostly surrounded by greenery and very close to a city, or could be in a city, like I think this is UCL, where all the different buildings and classrooms are distributed in the city. What I meant by gateway to Europe, well, is where UK is. UK, from the UK, most cities in Europe are just a few hours by train or plane, so very easy to travel to Europe from the UK. And this is a recommendation. Please, if you come to the UK, plan, of course, when the COVID allows, to travel to as much as you can. Choice, finally, by course. Okay, in the UK, we offer more than 30,000 courses in bachelor courses only. Okay, in all the academic areas physics, linguistics, accounting, English, etc., etc. So this was introduction to the UK system. If you have any questions, you can ask me now or later when I finish the next presentation. Okay, right. So the next one, the second part of the presentation is about us, Essex. Okay, so we this presentation have to we're Essex. Okay, and so what is Essex? Essex was founded in 1964. It's now a very old university. It has 3 faculties and 19 academic departments. We are located in 3 different places. And we have more than 70,000 students. That's a kind of is no medium-sized university in the UK. And our students come, 40%, more than 40% of our all students come from outside the UK. We are one of the most international universities in the world. Okay, as I said before, our students come from more than 135 different countries. Also, the academics and member staff, we come from many parts of the world. And we have links with many institutions and organizations around the world. Partner academics in Japan, for example, we are partners with University of Tokyo, Waseda University, University of Kobe, and many others. Right. I say we have 3 campuses. The main campus is in Colchester. Colchester is just to the east of London. Is only 55 miles from central London. So you can be from Colchester to central London in an hour by train. The second campus is in Southend, also to the east of London. Even closer is our second campus. And the third campus is basically in the greater London area, is Loughton. And there we have our acting school. We have an acting school, okay? So I'll tell you more about each campus and the courses we offer in each later. The 3 faculties that I mentioned that we have are social sciences, humanities, science, and health. And in these 3 faculties, we offer a big number of courses in many, many subjects. This is just some examples of the subjects in each faculty. Okay, so humanities, global studies, film studies, human rights, philosophy, liberal arts, hospitality management, etc., etc. In sciences, you have robotics, sports and exercise, biomedical studies. So a huge, huge number of subjects and therefore a huge number of courses that you will find in this website here at the bottom, okay? In this web page, you will find all the courses we offer in bachelor courses. Also, you can find it in our prospectus. You can download the prospectus from this web page here. And in the prospectus, you will find all the information about the university and each of our courses. If you have any questions as I give my presentation, please ask. I mean, I'm happy to be interrupted. Okay, what do we need to admit you to our courses? First of all, the NIC Foundation course. Okay, we accept the NIC Foundation course, and then we also require you to have a level of English competence that you can demonstrate with an IELTS score of 6 or a TOEFL IBT score of 76. Either test is fine. We also need a reference from your college, in this case, NIC college. Okay, and I know that they will give you to you, but you also we need you to tell us why you want to study the course you want to study, why you want to study at Essex, why you want to study in the UK. So that's a personal statement, and you can find more about the personal statement, even an example, in this web page following with this link. Okay. I know that the presentation is being recorded, so all the links I'm showing, probably you will get the recording, or Yumiko can send you the links later. We provide accommodation, okay, for most of our students. So we cannot accommodate all the 70,000 students, but we accommodate about over 7,000 students. And for that reason, because limited number of rooms, we guarantee accommodation for the new students. We think it's important for new students to start their degree close to everything, close to us, okay? Instead of to go and live in the city. So as long as you apply for your accommodation before a deadline, we guarantee your accommodation that first year. Our rooms are mostly single rooms. Yes, unlike American universities where they are at least double rooms. Everyone has a roomie, at least one, if not four. Our rooms are mostly for one person. If you want to live with a friend or somebody else, of course, we provide some double rooms. In all accommodation, you have free internet. You have service of cleaners every week. The cleaners only clean the communal areas. It's important to tell you because your room, no one gets into your room, and you are responsible for cleaning it. The cost of the accommodation ranges from £108 to £230 per week, with the most expensive being a self-contained flat. That means your own bathroom, your own kitchen, a little bit a sitting room, and your bedroom. Okay, I'm going to show you the accommodation we have in our different campuses. First, the accommodation in the main campus, Colchester. We have 6 towers like this. We have what we call the COPs. These are the newest halls of residence. Then we have the meadows, also about 5 years old. And then we have the houses and what we call Wilson Court. Then we have the keys. The keys are basically for postgraduate students. And these south courts are basically for undergraduate students. Later in the picture of the campus, I can point out where they are. And in the second campus, South End, we have this hall of residence. It's called University Square. We don't have a accommodation in the acting school, but we help students to find accommodation in Loughton. All the information about our accommodation with more pictures of each of all the rooms and list of facilities, you can find it in this web page. Right, this is important. Maybe you don't think about this when thinking about any university, but all universities in the UK, like in most countries, we offer support to students. Support, what kind of support? Well, first, academic. So your academic department will help you with any issues you might have. They will assign you an academic, a teacher, that will be your personal tutor. Okay, and also another student, a older student, a more advanced student in your same course. So you can ask either the personal tutor or your peer mentor about any question you have about your course. Then we have practical support, like the IT help desk here. That means there's a team of people that will help you with any connectivity, hardware, software issues you might have with your computers. And then the student service hub, that's support with finances, accommodation, etc. All to do with health. Also, we look after your health. We have a health center with doctors and nurses during the daytime. We have a well-being team, which looks after the mental health of our students. And there's a multi-faith center. If you have any practice in a religion, you can find a place to practice it there. And finally, we have a special teams of support. Nightline is students, volunteers that during the night, they offer most of the services that other teams offer during the day. The student union is the representation of the students, and they will give you some support like with immigration issues. They have a very good immigration team. If you need to renew your visa, also you have any legal problems, I hope you won't ever have problems of that kind, but they can help you with legal problems. And the resident life team is our volunteer students who live in the hostel residence and look after each floor or a specific group of flats. Okay, right. Then, of course, like in university, we have study facilities like 24 computer labs. If you want to study in do things in your computer, you can go to any of the labs in campus. There's a service that's very important. It's called Listen Again. That's basically the recording of all lectures and classes. So if you couldn't go to the class or you didn't understand something the academic said, you can watch and listen the recording of the class in your computer anytime. I mentioned the IT help desk for all your problems with computers. We have a team that is called Skills for Success. They help you with English language courses if you need any support in the English language, with study skills if you need, for example, how to write a dissertation or an essay, any other kind of with mathematics skills as well. So they are an academic support. Our library is open 24 hours, 7 days. And of course, for those degrees that require them, we have laboratories and research facilities. Right, not everything is studying. You should do some sports and enjoy some social activities. So we have plenty of student clubs and societies. A few examples of these are here. I hope you have time to read it. So you see a huge variety of different sports clubs and societies. And if there's no one that you are looking for, you can always create one. As long as you get another 10 or 20 students, then you can start your own society of club. All the information of these societies and clubs, you can find it in this web page. Then sport, of course. Sport, we have the gym, sport arena, climbing wall, courts, squash courts, basketball courts, tennis courts. We have the outdoor pitches, that mean the football pitches, the rugby, the cricket. So we have plenty of facilities for sport. You can take part in a sport as for fun, you know, in all the clubs or in a representative teams. If you are kind of good at one sport or you are more serious about sport, you can become part of our representative teams. We even have semi-professional basketball teams. And for those of you who are high performance athletes, if you're very good at sport, we might give you a sports scholarship. Okay. So that's the sports side. Then, of course, arts. This is also important. In every campus, we have a theater in which we stage many different events. We have film screenings in similar like a cinema, not exactly, but we do have. And our workshops. Also, we have one of the main collections of Latin American art in Europe. We have a small gallery for our students in art history. And of course, the student societies in art, dance, and music. And many events like music. If you play an instrument or you're singing, there's what we call the open mic sessions. That means the students just come at the session and they can sing to another group of students. Okay, I'm going to show you the different campuses. This is our main campus in Colchester. This is when I say the main is because more than 90% of all our courses and students are here. You can see the 6 towers in here that I was mentioning about accommodation. The south course here at the front is where we accommodate most of our undergraduate students. So there would be a chance that you end up here. This is the business school where my cursor is here. This is the library in here, the sports center, all that. We have a hotel school in this top right corner here. We have 3 lakes. You can see only 2, but there are 3. And in summer, it's very nice. You can have your barbecues and be there with your friends. So plenty of things. If you want to see a virtual tour of the Colchester campus, go to this web page and you can see more of the campus and accommodation as well. Okay. This is the city of Colchester, where our main campus is located. It's not very big. I mean, it might look big there, but it's not. It's less than 200,000 people living in Colchester and surroundings. It has everything you need, of course, in small numbers, like 3 or 4 cinemas, no more, 20 or so clubs, no more. But, you know, there's everything you need. And if you need more, remember, you can go to London in an hour. It has a lot of, it's a very historical place. Actually, it's the first town recorded in the UK. And it was the capital of the Roman colony when the Romans came to the UK. And through the years, of course, there's other kind of groups have come here, like the Normans. They built this castle. There was an immigration from Holland, and so there's many very nice buildings in Colchester. You can find more about the city in this web page. And what to do in Colchester? Well, sports. You like sports? We have a professional football team. It's not first division. It's like 4th, but it's very entertaining going and watching them. If you like cricket, I don't know if you like cricket, but we have the UK champions first division in Colchester. It's an experience, so I recommend you to go and see. If you like rugby, this is an amateur club, but again, you can play with them or you can go and watch the matches. Even American football, we also have a team that competes in the National League. And as I mentioned before, our university semi-professional teams in basketball and volleyball. Okay, right. There are 3 places where you can see many kind of different events and exhibitions. So we have the Minories. Okay, the Minories is a gallery and also organizes all the kind of events. And we have First Sight, which is another gallery in which there's a cinema. Apart from the exhibitions, they have sometimes a markets, food markets, or craft markets, or other kind of exhibitions. And both of them are just next to each other. This one here is the Minories, and this is the First Sight. We have another place, which is called Colchester's Art Center. It's a very interesting place. It is located in what it was a church. It organizes a variety of different events, very eclectic. It has jazz, comedy, concerts, of course, of music and modern music, theater, beer festivals, local farm markets. So anything probably you want to experience, it will happen in Colchester Art Center. You can see the kind of activities and a bit of history of this place in this web page. Right? Then the second campus. Remember, I said we have a second campus in Southend. This is a small campus. It's different to Colchester. It's in the city, in the town, and it's small. It's only about 4 buildings basically. The one where this picture was taken from is where all the classrooms are and offices. This building in the middle is the forum, is shared with the local council, with the town. So is the local city library, plus a lot of the university facilities here. And in the background, you can see the accommodation. Right? To the right here is the building that I was telling you where we took the last picture. And here you will have most of your classes, and or you will see all your teachers in here. The church to the left is where we teach the acting courses. So in Southend, which is a city campus, we teach courses in acting and business and nursing. So basically 3 kind of courses. And as I say, there's a 24-hour access to study spaces in the building that I mentioned was the forum, the one we share with the city, right? Okay. So this is a few the pictures of Southend. Is in the coast. It's a nice town. Here you can see it has a fun park, as they call it, in the promenade, very typical of seaside towns in the UK. So very different atmosphere to Colchester, but also very nice. Then we have the acting school. Okay, the acting school is in Lupton, as said before. This is the main building where the offices, administration offices, basically are. Behind is a huge theater and more classrooms and restaurants. Just a little bit of the acting school. It's one of the leading acting schools in the UK. Is one of also largest of schools of this type. There are more than 900 students with more than 200 from international students. If any one of you is interested in acting courses, please visit this web page. They have auditions. You know, it's the admission process is different. You have to have an audition. So they go to Japan. I mean, not now, the auditions will be online, but when they can, they will go back to have auditions in Japan. We have, it's very popular with Japanese students. And this is, again, some pictures of Lupton. Lupton is, as I said, in the suburbs of London, in the greater London area. And actually it's just at the end of the central line, the tube, the metro central line. So you can go by tube to central London very easily. Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of information of how much it costs to study at Essex. And for different courses, the fees, I have to say this is the fees for this coming year. And future years, it might increase a little bit. But for most courses, the fee is nearly £17,000 per year, okay? For other courses, like in economics, mathematics, sports science, law, etc., is a little bit higher, 17,700. Okay, and for biology and biochemistry and all the life science courses plus psychology is £19,000. And a bit more for those in the courses in the School of Computer Science and Electronic Engineering, £19,670. We do have scholarships, and you can find all the information about those scholarships and fees that I mentioned here in this website. And it's important to tell you also how much it will cost you to live there. I told you already how much it will cost you to study here, but how much will it cost to live in here? So basically, depending in which campus you live or your course is delivered, you will need, okay, in the fourth row, for Colchester, you will need a little bit more than 11,000 pounds per year. A little bit more in Southend because our courses last longer in Southend, 12,000 pounds. And in Lupton, 12,000 pounds for 39 weeks, which is, you can see, more expensive than the same period for Colchester, but it's because you will be living basically in London, which is an expensive city. You can see all this information in this web page later with more time, and you get an idea what you will need for living here. Okay, so questions. And you might have the question, why the cat? Well, this is our campus cat. And you can find his history in this web page. It's called Pebbles. Okay, you can ask me later about him. So, yeah, if you have any questions, please ask me. You can ask me in the chat. You can ask me. You can unmute yourself, whichever way you want. Or Yumiko, if you have any question or you want me to say something else.
Hi, thank you very much, Edwin. はい、何か質問ある？大丈夫そう？何でもいいよ。気になること。はい、ありがとう、こうたくん。
Hello, my name is Kota.
So, Kota.
Nice to meet you. I have a question about weather in UK. So, is the weather comfortable?
The reserve?
Weather.
My line is a little bit, but sorry?
Weather. Temperature, cloud.
Oh,
yes.
sorry. You completely surprised me with that question. I thought you were going to say something about academic. Weather, of course, is important.
Yeah.
And it's a small island, the UK, but there are big difference in weather. If you go north or from what we call the Midlands, so the middle up. So if you go to Sheffield, Birmingham, Leeds, Nottingham, you will find out that it will be rain more. Okay, will be probably nearly every day. It rains not a lot, but drizzles mostly every day. If you go even further up north, St Andrews, Edinburgh, Stirling, you will find out that this is darker and colder. Okay, so the days are shorter than in other regions. Then if you come down south, basically there's less rain and probably more sunshine. Colchester and Old Essex is lucky that we are in the East Coast, which is the driest place. So driest for the UK. So we still have a good amount of rain. But it's a very nice, in Colchester where I live and have lived 27 years, it's very nice. In these 26-7 years, I cannot remember more than probably 5-6 years where we have snow. So it's not really, very cold. And as I said, it's very dry. So we are lucky that where we are. But yes, don't worry about the weather. And it will never be as hot as in Japan. That's for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Kota. Very interesting question. I'm sorry, you just surprised me.
ありがとうね。他に何かご質問ないですか？
I have a question.
はい。
Hello, Ren.
Hello. So I heard in the UK student can working at a part-time job. So the Essex University, how many students working at part-time job?
Okay. Right. You probably still see my picture. Okay. Employability and work-related topic. So the first part of your question, you're right. All international students, all students can work during term time while they study. The international students have a limit of how many hours they can work per hour when they're studying, and the limit is 20 hours. Okay. When on holidays, you can work as many hours as you want. Okay. But when you study, it's very important that if you work only 20 hours. And how many students do work here? Okay. In the UK, I mean, I don't have the official statistics, but I have a very good idea. First, the UK students, okay? It's traditional in the UK that students, since they are in high school, they have a kind of part-time job, yeah? From when they're 16. It's very normal that they work in restaurants or delivering papers, but they start working early here, a little bit. And so when they go to university, again, the UK students, they are accustomed to this. A lot of them, they need to get more money, so they have a job as well as studying. International students is different. It basically depends on where they come from, or the group, or where they in their country. That means their social status. I mean, this is I'm going to tell you in general. Generalizations are not good, but just give you an idea. Thinking about groups, Russian students in the UK mostly come from wealthy families. They're not going to work. Okay. Mexican students, they either come with scholarships, full scholarships, or they don't need to work because they prefer not to work because they prefer to study. They need to study a lot. So not many. So it all depends on the kind of international student. And for that reason, the statistic is difficult to tell you, but there's a big number of students who work. And for that, you can see that we try to prepare students for future employability. So there are classes with employability topics in all courses. We have a careers and employability center. That's where if you want to work during your studies, you can go and find out what kind of jobs we offer in campus, in the university, or are available in the town or nearby town. So in these career centers, they will have that information. They also will help you with write your CV. They organize career events. That's a little bit for the future. And I mentioned before that we have links with industry and organizations, so you can have a placement as part of your course. That's another way of work. And yes, this is more related to your question. We offer part-time jobs on campus. And the kind of jobs that you can do in the university, basically there's two kinds. What we would call the manual jobs, like helping in the restaurants and bars in the university, like in the shops. We have shops, so you can be in the shop. or some students even get work with the cleaning the accommodation. So that kind of jobs that you don't need specific skills. Then we have what you are looking here in my screen, which is called front runners and student ambassadors and others. The front runner basically are students who help academic departments and administrative offices with some or our tasks. So in my office, we employ front runners, and these students help us with, data inputting or other kind of administrative jobs. Okay, so it's a little bit another level of work that you can have more value for your CV, your curriculum later. Student ambassadors are students who help us in the promotion of the university. So if we have visits to the campus by prospective students, or there are open days when a lot of people come to see, they help us. So they show the campus to these people, they tell them about the experiences, they probably give talks about student finance, accommodation. So that's a very good, nice job, definitely. There's another kind of work, more academic. Students, they can help researchers or academics with their basically the research projects, okay? And that you will find out more within your academic department where you're here. So there are opportunities, definitely, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
他にご質問ないですか？はい、そらちゃん。
Hello, I'm Sora. So
Oh, sorry.
I want to ask about class. So now there is coronavirus. So are there online class in Essex University?
Yes. So because of the situation of the COVID, universities like in all parts of the world or most countries in the world, we adapt to this situation as quickly as we could. And since that happened last year in March, we moved all our teaching provision online. That's when we couldn't have the students here. Then when we could have some students here, we have we combine face-to-face classes and online classes. Why this combination? Because face-to-face classes were restricted by things like social distancing. So, we needed 2 meters apart. So not all the classrooms had the capacity or the size to accommodate big groups. So if that's the case, we move it online. For things that the students have to do in a laboratory, biochemistry or things like that, they came to campus. So depending on circumstances, we are prepared to let you study online or distance study or face-to-face. This coming year, we're hoping and we want that everyone comes here face-to-face. The circumstances are better in the UK with the vaccination program being very successful, with the infections rates going down. So it looks good. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen, so we still prepare. And we're giving the students choice. If they cannot come for reasons related to COVID, they can start the course online and then can join us a bit later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. 他に何か質問あります？大丈夫そう？でも、I have one question. Could you repeat it again about Nightline?
Nightlife?
Yeah, Nightline. Line.
Yes, Nightline. Exactly. That's a service that I'm going to later probably. And let me see if I can show you this in my screen, because I'm very proud of Nightline. Right. I don't expect you to read the whole thing, but Nightline has been going for 51 years and it started at Essex. That's what I'm very proud. So what it is Nightline? Students, they don't have the need to see support teams only 9 to 5. Okay, students might have support 24 hours. So a group of students at Essex 51 years ago, they together with the chaplaincy of the university, they gather and say we need to do something. You know, a lot of people need help at night, basically, or early morning, and so they gather and they created this team. It was a team of these students, volunteers, that they prepare themselves. They were not just, you know, okay, I can tell them anything. So they were prepared themselves and they were ready to help outside working hours students with many different things. Mental support. Some students sometimes, you know, they live in town, but they came to campus for study late or a party, and they couldn't go back for some reason to the home. So they have a place where they can stay the night. Other times, there are problems in the accommodation, you know, and they can help with that. So this group of people are from 8 or 7 in the afternoon to 6 or 8 in the morning in a location in campus, ready to help with many different things. And this has expanded now to many universities in the world. So now it's available to millions of students. So I'm glad you asked, because it started at Essex.
Oh, I didn't know that. There is some escort service, like when the student is studying late, escort service was provided for the student. But I didn't know that the kind of the counseling or other thing after, I don't know, outside of the office operating hours.
It was kind of obvious. I mean, you know, that students needed support 24 hours, and universities, we cannot support easily. And that's why we have these volunteers, students volunteers. It's so really, if you come to Essex, guys, and it could be very interesting to be part of this group. You will receive training, of course. And I think it will be an amazing experience, not only for the things they do and the people they get to know, but also for your curriculum, for your CV.
Thank you very much. はい、他に何か質問とかあります？大丈夫そう？はい。じゃあ、これで終わりにしたいと思います。どうもありがとうございました。Thank you very much, Edmond.
Thank you very much. And if you have any question later, anytime, here is my email address, hernev@Essex
Thank you.
And maybe I can.
Yeah, I have another question later. So, 学生さんたちは OK ですよ。どうもありがとうございました。Could you wait, Edmond?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
And goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.